since recruiters see it as a point that you're interested in finance domain and then you've effectively pursued that domain. CFA stands for Chartered Financial Analyst, and when compared with FRM, it's a broader certification. FRM का course थोड़ा narrow है when compared to CFA.
FRM का सिलेबस कैसा होता है, क्या प्रीरिक्विजिट्स होते हैं, अगर कुछ होते हैं? Hello everyone, welcome to IC2C's podcast series. So our today's guest is Mr. Dipankar Sachdeva. He is a fourth year undergraduate at IIT Kharagpur and recently bagged an internship at HSBC. Other than this, he also cleared his FRM in his second year. So hello Dipankar, how are you?
Hello Jalaj, I'm fine. Hope you're fine.
I am also good. So this was a bit about yourself. So can you please tell us more about yourself and what are your other interests in?
Yeah. So as you mentioned that I did my FRM at the end of my fourth semester, and I had a few guiding seniors who guided me towards this subject, and I hope I can also guide a few juniors so that it's helpful for them and they are effectively informed before giving any exam.
ओके, थैंक यू. सो गाइज, जैसा दीपांकर ने बताया, तो इस वीडियो में हम लोग यही सब बात करने वाले कि उसने एफआरएम कैसे अप्रोच करा, उस क्या क्या स्ट्रेटजी उसने यूज़ करी है, एंड क्या एफआरएम के बेनिफिट्स, प्रोज एंड कॉन्स होते हैं, और उसको हम सीएफए से भी एक बार एक सरफेस पर बात करेंगे कि सीएफए और एफआरएम में क्या फ़र्क होता है. सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड. सो दीपांकर, एकदम बेसिक क्वेश्चन कि यार एफआरएम है क्या चीज़ और क्यों कोई एफआरएम के लिए प्रिपेयर करे, लाइक व्हाट इज़ एफआरएम?
So FRM stands for Financial Risk Management, and it's a financial certification जो use होता है. As you said, there are a lot of roles in finance domain, और उसमें specifically risk management के लिए it has been designed. And within risk management, if I go into details of its syllabus, तो derivatives पे focus करता है. तो derivatives financial instrument होते हैं.
एक सेकंड रोकना चाहूँगा थोड़ा सा. मतलब तूने बोला तो डेरिवेटिव्स क्या होता है, व्हाट इज डेरिवेटिव? लाइक कोई सेकंड ईयर का बंदा देख रहा है, फर्स्ट ईयर का बंदा, इसको आइडिया नहीं है, तो इन लेमन टर्म्स व्हाट आर डेरिवेटिव्स, लाइक व्हाट इज डेरिवेटिव?
डेरिवेटिव बायर को किसी के प्राइस पे बेट करने के लिए इनेबल करते हैं. किसी चीज़ के, किसी स्टॉक के, गोल्ड के, सिल्वर के, किसी भी चीज़ के प्राइस पे बेट करने के लिए करते हैं. तो अगर आपके पास कोई थोड़ा सा गोल्ड है और आप उसके प्राइस डिक्लाइन से बचना चाहते हो, तो आप एक डेरिवेटिव ख़रीद सकते हो जिससे कि आपका प्राइस डिक्लाइन नहीं होगा, आप प्राइस डिक्लाइन से आपको नुकसान नहीं होगा. तो डेरिवेटिव, और ये एक रिस्क मैनेजमेंट की फॉर्म हुई. तो डेरिवेटिव्स एग्जैक्टली इसी चीज़ के लिए यूज़ होते हैं.
ओके, सो प्लीज कंटिन्यू, इंटरप्ट इन बिटवीन. सो यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कि एफआरएम क्या होता है और क्या बेनिफिट्स है उसके. सो लाइक हाँ.
So derivatives and FRM covers majorly on derivatives, and within derivatives, if I mention, it covers swaps, forwards, futures and options. And this certification is used for risk management related roles. Is ideally useful, but then financial institutions also consider it for other roles, since it's mathematical and gives a mathematical basis for these financial products, which are not just used in risk management but in a lot of other roles as well. So this certifications gives you credibility for other roles as well, since recruiters see it as a point that you're interested in finance domain and then you've effectively pursued that domain. So this and exactly this was the reason for which I pursued my FRM part 1 at the end of my fourth semester. Not to mention that I also found the subject interesting.
ओके, सो थैंक यू दीपांकर. एक ब्रीफ से आइडिया लगा कि एफआरएम क्या है. एंड गाइस, इसको डेरिवेटिव्स वगैरह के बारे में पता करना तो दीपांकर ने एक वीडियो सजेस्ट करी है, डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर है, उसको जाके तुम लोग देख सकते हो. उसमें डेरिवेटिव्स वगैरह को अच्छे से बताया गया और अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया गया है. तो मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, तो ये एक बहुत सारा देखा है, कुछ लोग सीएफए करते हैं, कुछ लोग एफआरएम करते हैं, और लाइक फ्रेंकली स्पीकिंग मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा पता नहीं है और बहुत मेरे व्यूवर्स को भी नहीं पता होगा. तो सीएफए और एफआरएम में क्या फ़र्क होता है, और कोई एक बंदा कोई क्यों चूज़ करे, कोई एफआरएम क्यों करे या सीएफए क्यों करे, लाइक व्हाट्स योर व्यू ऑन दिस? और तूने एफआरएम क्यों करा था?
So CFA stands for Chartered Financial Analyst, and when compared with FRM, it's a broader certification. FRM का course थोड़ा narrow है when compared to CFA, and CFA is divided into three parts. FRM is divided into two parts, and CFA Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. So CFA Part 1 covers on basics of finance and not just on derivatives and risk management related basics, but corporate finance too, bond pricing too, and a lot of other things. And then it focuses on corporate finance too, and then since it's a wider certification, so it's usually seen as a gold standard, but then for a lot of finance related roles. But then the issue with CFA is that there are a few eligibility issues for people appearing for it in their degree. So they need to be in the final year of their undergrad degree to appear for CFA, and that effectively rules out a lot of KGP population, and not just KGP but a lot of undergrad population. And FRM has no such restriction, and then it allows everyone to appear and has no degree related restrictions. So that is why I chose FRM. But then if someone is so that is the major difference.
Okay. So yeah, this was a brief bifurcation. So moving forward कि since तूने FRM भी करा है, तो like FRM का सिलेबस कैसा होता है, क्या प्रीरिक्विजिट्स होते हैं अगर कुछ होते हैं तो, एंड कितने स्ट्रक्चर्स में लेवल 1 कितने स्ट्रक्चर्स में डिवाइडेड होता है, और क्या क्या होता है FRM के स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर, सिलेबस के अंदर?
So as I mentioned that FRM is very mathematical, and the core part of FRM is prop charts, probability and statistics. So if anyone has a good grip in probability statistics, then for him or her, FRM becomes comparatively much easier. So I suggest anyone who's thinking of preparing for FRM to start off with prop charts, or to have a good grip, or maybe to enroll in probability statistics course, or maybe follow prop charts book. And then it's divided into 4 sections. So book 1 covers general concepts, and book 2 is purely mathematical. It's quantitative, and it covers prop charts basics and applied prop charts. Book 3 introduces you to concepts of financial derivatives and their definitions, and how and what affects them. And book 4 is an advanced version of effectively book 3, since it focuses on pricing and option Greeks, and for going deeper into book 4, you need to do book 3 first.
Okay. And so this was a bit all about the FRM का स्ट्रक्चर क्या, सिलेबस क्या रहता है. सो गाइज दीपांकर ने उसके अकॉर्डिंग जो बेस्ट लिंक्स थे बुक्स वगैरह के, वो डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाले, तुम लोग जाके विजिट कर सकते हो, और कुछ और भी चीज़ें डाली है डिस्क्रिप्शन में, तो वो भी तुम लोग देख सकते हो. सो दीपांकर, ये बात हो गई हमारी कि FRM क्या होता है, क्या क्या सिलेबस रहता है और कैसे करना चाहिए. सो लाइक हाउ डिड यू प्रिपेयर फॉर FRM, और क्या क्या चीज़ों का तुमने ध्यान रखा था FRM के लिए प्रिपेयर करते समय, एंड तेरी स्ट्रेटजी क्या रही थी उस समय जब तो सेकंड ईयर में था, तेरा सेमेस्टर भी चल रहा था, तो तूने क्या 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 ध्यान रखते हुए उसको प्रिपेयर करा था?
So as I mentioned that FRM is based upon prop charts. So I realized it early, and then my strategy was to first focus on prop charts and then do anything else. So isliye I started off with book 2, and book 2 is completely prop charts based. So I started off with book 2, and in parallel I was enrolled in my college's IIT Kharagpur's probability statistics course. And then I did book 2 with great detail, and then I moved on to book 3, which was basics of financial products and their pricing and all. And then I moved on to book 4, which was in detail option pricing, option Greeks. So and then I did book 1, since book 1 was definition based, and it had a few basic chapters which I already had an idea of, so I left it for last, and I focused on book 2, book 3, and book 4. So this was the flow which I followed to prepare for FRM.
So yeah, this was all about your how you prepare and कैसे कैसे क्या क्या करा था. So on the ending note, कोई टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स तू जूनियर्स को देना चाहेगा कि यार ये चीज़ों का ध्यान रखो, ऐसे ऐसे ये चीज़ इंपॉर्टेंट होती है नहीं होती है, या एनीथिंग एल्स जो इसके लिए करे, या फिर बिट अबाउट मोर अबाउट कि क्या क्या उसके उनके लिए अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ होगी अगर वो FRM कर लेते हैं तो, इन टर्म्स ऑफ जॉब्स और फॉर हायर स्टडीज़.
So first I'll start off with resources. So the resources that I followed were Chaucer notes, and then there were a few recommended books which are linked in the description. So these were books I followed. I found Chaucer notes and Chaucer question bank very useful, and it had a lot of questions, and they were directly on the topic of very similar to what was asked in FRM, and sometimes it also contained a few similar questions or previous year questions, and then thus the question bank was very effective in gauging difficulty level of FRM general exam. Since it's a 4-hour exam, so it's very essential to judge pattern and type of questions that are going to come, and Chaucer notes' question bank was very effective in doing it. And then regarding opportunities, so as I mentioned that it is primarily focused towards risk management roles, and there are a few risk management roles which come to our campus, to IIT Kharagpur, but then a lot of other recruiters also consider FRM as well. Even during my interview, I mentioned to them that I had done FRM, and then they did ask me a few questions, even though my role is not risk management, but it's a global markets role. And then I've heard stories where their interview focuses on concepts related to FRM. And since it lends you credibility that you know and you've pursued some basics of finance or you've pursued finance in detail as compared to an average engineering student, and then once you've mentioned FRM, recruiters generally expect you that you'll know basics of finance by heart, or rather basics of risk management and derivatives by heart, and then they usually ask you questions related to that if the role allows you. A few other roles. Basically, finance industry as a whole, when recruiting from undergrad, does value FRM as much as it values CFA, since I mentioned that there are a few restrictions related to eligibility criteria in CFA, and not everyone who's appearing for internships can appear for CFA.
Okay. So thank you, Dipanga. Thank you so much for taking out time and guiding us कि FRM में क्या क्या होता है, कैसे कैसे प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए, and उसके बारे उन सब चीज़ों के बारे में. So thank you so much for interviewing with us.
Thank you, Jalaj.